that sun in your face. We are live. Good morning, good morning, good morning, South Florida, and hello world. I am Robert Henderson Jr., financial planner. I am Robert Henderson Jr., president, CEO, and founder of the Henderson Financial Group, located here in Miami Lakes, Florida. We have clients all over the country and out of the country. We're a full service financial planning firm. And joining me live, my one and only, my with the sun in his face, bright eye, bushy tail, my friend, my brother from another mother, the living legend, James T. Thomas. How you doing, James?
Oh man, Rob, every day gets better and better and better. Man, I'm sitting out here in a location, matter of fact, overlooking water. I mean, water from as far as I can see to my right and as far as I can see to my left. It's a lake, whatever, a park or whatever. I wanted to make sure that, hey, I didn't hear the goats or the dogs or the trucks. So I'm in a very serene place this morning. I said, let me go, and hopefully, hey, this time we'll stay live for the entire hour. But hey, man, good to see you. I know you've been traveling too, and all is well.
Oh man, I've been traveling from North Carolina to Atlanta, and next week, I think Wednesday, I'll be up in New York, then Pennsylvania. Yeah, man. But it's about the last. I traveled this month, man. I mean, more than any month, just like 3-4 times out of this month. I've been gone, but it's so glad to be back in the office and the studios. After this, I got a event for a client. He's turning 70 years old, so I'm gonna go to his event, and then I'm gonna come back to the office. So much to do. So much is happening, man. So much is happening in the world, man. I tell you, this thing doesn't stop, boy. If it ain't this and ain't that, is this, is that, news, this going on, man. If you're not focused and about your business, man, you'll sit there and just be looking around and hearing and looking around. You got to have yourself some business, because you can't stay tuned to a lot of the chatter that's going on in the world, because you won't get nothing done.
Hey, Rob, when I saw a new high in the stock market,
Yes.
I said, so shoots down, shoots back up, and shoot back down. I said, Rob said there's always gonna be a correction.
There's always going to be a correction, man. We got the Dow Jones Industrial Average and NASDAQ. They're all at record highs. It's amazing how everything's at record highs, the financials, and people are going through pure hell in terms of the economics and the economy. Isn't that amazing how it's like a oxymoron? I mean, it's like it's raining and the sun is beaming.
In Florida, we have that. As a matter of fact, the first time when I came to visit South Florida, because I was up in North Florida, and literally, Rob, for the first time in my life, I saw it raining on the other side of the street, pouring, and we're in the yard as kids playing on the other side. I said, okay. And as the clouds move, and maybe that's something to think about, Rob. As the clouds moved, the rain disappeared, and then it became sunshine on both sides. So I'm telling people, I've been so busy, man, I can't keep up with, or I don't try to keep up with whatever's happening in the news. Matter of fact, I can't even watch a lot of sports. When I get in, man, I'm ready to crash.
Yeah, because you're about your business, brother. You have a full day. You're about your business. You focus on what you focusing on, and that's very important. It's kind of hard for a lot of people, man, to stay focused on a goal and having an agenda for themselves. And in the world right now, man, it's just so much happening, from financial to health to survival to job security. You know what I mean? It's a lot happening. So you really, really got to be focused. You got to meditate, and you got to have a plan. And I'm gonna tell you something, man. Like I always say, everybody in my house, my children, they always know what I say. 95% of all your problems can be solved if you can write a check. 95. Think about that, James. Out of all everything that's going on, if you got money, 95% of all your troubles, there ain't no problem, because you can just pay for it. You know what I mean? That's the 5% is that health stuff. You got cancer, whatever. You can't do that. But a lot of the stuff, if you ain't got some health problems, your heart or your health, 95% of your problem, just think about it. 95% of your problems can just go away if you can write a check. So I'm saying that to say this. You got to be out of your mind to be spending your money when you know you're going to need that stuff for things and stuff unforeseen that will come up. I ain't going to say may come up. They are going to come up stuff. You know what I mean?
I was speaking with a gentleman, Rob. We've got to bring him on the show. Here's a brother that was an ambassador, once stationed in Lebanon and then in Africa. He just got a notice. 3 kids and his wife, they're in school in Africa, and he's a historian as well. And he said, "Hey, we just got a notice that I was no longer employed." And most people always felt if you're employed with the government, you good.
Right.
No longer the case, Rob.
Not this government.
Okay.
Depends on what kind of government. That depends.
Okay. Yeah, man. Hey, Rob, we do work for a king too. We under the king. We everybody else they call that government that they
That's
have.
the old government. That's the old government, man. That's Junebug government, man. We in Junebug government right now, man. We're in the king of the Looney Tunes. Hey, Parnell say when it's cold, people are Parnell say when it's cold, poor people are freezing. Rich people are skiing. He ain't never lied.
Oh man,
boy.
Rob.
You talking about getting to heaven. Rich people right now say, man, they in heaven right now. That stock market all-time highs. Oh my God, more money. Oh my God, man. Some people are having a great time. Just life is just good. And some people just got that notice is catching pure hell, you know. I don't know, man. This could be heaven. This could be hell where we are right now, James. I don't know. What do you think?
It's heaven. Oh no. Hey, Rob, but
It's
this is
heaven.
what I was gonna tell you. It really is heaven.
For you, James, for you.
Oh, no,
You just got that notice he in hell.
Wait. For all those who recognize who the real king is. Jesus is Lord, God is king, and his kingdom is here on earth. Now, if you don't start with that, hey, I'll pray for you, but
you tell that to the person just got that notice that they snap benefits have just been suspended. You know what I mean? You know, yeah, man. I mean,
Jesus is Lord, God is king.
They say, "Where at, God? Where at? Where at?" That's what they say. I'm telling you, man. But you know, when times like it is right now, a man discovers really who he is or who she is, a woman. You know, who am I? When we have times like this, you know, you discover who you know. Who are you, and it's survival, and how you going to make changes. You know, you got to get rid of a lot of the unnecessary stuff. You have to get rid of all of the riff and the wrath out of your life, and you got to focus. You don't have time for that. And they said, "Let's go party now." I can't party tonight. You know what I mean? You got to think, right?
Yeah, take notes. Hey, make plans. That's what you have to do. I heard John Hope Bryant. We had him on, I guess about a year ago. John, and man, he's been really trying to spread financial literacy and the need for it, and sharing with people. And I'm really realizing too, Rob, younger people are picking up on some of the things that are being said, because they're realizing that, yeah, you may be doing well now, but how do you prepare for doing well later? You know, just because you're having a good time now, and I think he used the thing of making that 100,000, or, you know, back in the day, people thought that, whoa, man, once I get $1 million, I'm good. No, hey, no.
That was getting $1 million. You good? That was 30 years ago, 40 years ago. $1 million and $1 million the same. You know what I mean? A million is not. $1 million don't go as far as it used to go. You know, 40 years ago, 30 years ago. $1 million now. And that's like I remember about 25 years ago, a friend of mine, he said, "Rob, I think it was October. He said, Rob, I just made $10,000 commission. He said, I'm not going to work for the rest of the year. It was October. He wasn't going to work for November, December. Now, right now, and that was 25 years ago. $10,000 right now, man, you can't quit your job. You know?
Hey, you best not be late for work.
That's right. Time value of money.
Money.
You know, a lot of people don't understand that, James.
Hey, but see, that's why the Henderson Financial Group, Robert Henderson and his staff, dealing with not just your finances, but dealing with health as well. Because now, man, people are asking questions about, am I really going to be able to afford to have health care? And with Antonio, with Tavares, with High C, with Linda, with all the staff and the connections that you have brought together as a unit, you know, people need to, not just be in panic now, but you know, you need to reassess. You know,
Yeah.
because the fact is, Rob, this really is not over. You know,
No,
things that are happening now that people are calling crazy. You haven't seen crazy yet.
no, it's not. We haven't hit the tip yet, you know.
No,
We're not at the, as I say, we're not at the catalyst, you know.
no,
We
no,
have
no,
we
no,
haven't we
no,
haven't hit the
no.
zenith yet, you know. No, this is just the beginning. You know, it hasn't been a full year yet. Just think about that. It hasn't been a full year yet.
It's, Rob, I said the very thing to someone and they told me. They said, Change, you said, I said, hey, think about it. It really doesn't take a lot of time for things to happen that will shake you. You know, even if it's, you know, losing a loved one or, you know, and now, man, accidents and all. I mean, there's all kinds of things. And then when you get people, or if you get, quote unquote, a government that says, hey, I'm going to wreck this whole thing. This is my intent. My intent is to change everything that I can in the time that I'm going to be here. Rob, that means that many, many, many people are going to be hurt, and it's going to be life lasting.
Yes, that's what's coming. But you know, James, when I sit back, you know, a lot of people don't like to hear us talk about scripture or biblical because there's a lot of atheist people that we have as clients and as people, and it's okay. You can believe whatever you want to believe. That there is a story though that you know, just like Peter Pan. You know, we know Peter Pan, and most people know about Santa Claus. And if you don't really believe in Santa Claus, you know, which most of us know that's non-existence. That's just a fairy tale, so to speak, or Peter Pan, or you know, the Aesop stories. You know, so a lot of people don't take, you know, this God and Jesus and all that. They don't really take that to heart, and they just said that that's just a story. But I think that, you know, even though most of us know about Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall, I think most of us know about Peter Pan. I think even if you're not a religious person, you need to look at there's a lot of messages in those in the Wizard of Oz. You know, there's a lot of messages in Humpty Dumpty. There's a lot to learn and metaphors in the story itself of you know, Peter Pan. You know, he
Mhm.
couldn't eat because he couldn't see it, and he had to see it before it appeared. I mean, there's a lot of messages. So what I'm saying is that people that watch this show right here and listen to us, a lot of people don't believe there is a God, especially when they losing their snap. If they did believe in if they did say they believe in it, hell, when they start losing the snap benefits, or start losing their you know, the government benefits, you know, and getting fired, they're like, where is God? You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So,
right.
but what I'm saying is that even if you don't and you don't see, you still should really look at the story itself. You should know the story. I mean, you know, like I said, you don't have to be
But you know, you're really dating yourself with that Peter Pan.
or Humpty Dumpty too, right?
Hey, they're gonna say, what is he talking about?
What even Aladdin, all of those, and Hunter
Oh, okay,
Games,
okay, all right,
the Hunter
now, yeah.
Games,
But you
Aladdin,
want to say
all of those,
the Lion King,
yeah,
all that?
the Lion King, all of those really have
Maybe.
a message that's more important than what you can see. You know,
Yeah.
What are they saying? What is the moral of the story? It's the same thing about, if you know, people that are scriptural, that they read the scripture and go to church every Sunday. A lot of people just go, but they really don't understand. So when you look at the whole story of what happened, and you know, Jesus died for your sins, and how that came up, and how the crucifixion came to be, there is a part that I want you to look at. You know, the story. There's a part that says that there was one day when the governor Pontius Pilate. And this guy said, you know, hey, today is y'all lucky day. basically, he said, today is y'all lucky day. He said, I got two prisoners. Okay, I got two prisoners, and one of the prisoners' name is Barabbas. And let's talk about Barabbas. Barabbas is an adulterer. He's an erectionist. You know, he's a liar. He's a thief, and everybody know it. It's public. That's Barabbas over there. You know, and we got him locked up, and so we're gonna either crucify him, or this other guy over here. His name is Jesus. You know what I mean? And he claimed to be with the Father and God and all that kind of stuff. And he came to save y'all and the truth and all that kind of stuff. You know, now they got one over here, so y'all know him, okay? And y'all got one over here. This one here says Jesus, he loved y'all and he come for peace, love, and happiness and fairness and all that. That's he over there, right? And the other guy over here named Barabbas, he really is an insurrectionist. Yes, that's right. Y'all go back, look at the story. He's an insurrectionist, okay? And the guy is an adulterer, a murderer, a thief, all that. Now, the governor, Pontius Pilate, said, today is y'all lucky day. I'm going to let one of those out. I'm going to spare one of their lives. Who do y'all want us to spare? And they said, Barabbas. That's what they said. No, I'm telling y'all, just like y'all know the Latin story. Y'all who haven't went to Bible study, y'all haven't read this story, y'all don't know anything about it. At least know the story, even if you're not a believer. At least know what happened. And it is amazing how so parallel what is happening today. History repeated itself. The story is back. They said they wanted Barabbas, the adulterer, the insurrectionist, the crook, the con man. They said they wanted him, and they said put Jesus on the cross, and therefore that's why the whole story about Jesus on the cross being crucified. That's what happened. Now, it is amazing to me that the administration that we have now, the same thing, and they chose not the black woman. They didn't chose, you know, they didn't choose Democrat. They chose this guy.
Right. Okay.
And now I'm telling you, man, I don't understand. And now, and what did they do in the past? Let's go back to the story. After they did that and they chose Barabbas over Jesus, and they were spitting on Jesus and said, yeah, he just kill him. Later on, they said, oh my God, we made a mistake. Oh my God. They said we made a mistake. After hell broke out, after toothpaste was out the tube, they said, oh my God, we voted with the wrong man. That's what they said. And then they start, and that's been 2,000 years ago. And right now, everybody talking, when is Jesus coming back? They said, when he coming back? We need some help. Jesus. And a lot of people just gave up life. I'm just waiting to die to go see Jesus. Oh my God. This is better than HBO.
I hope we were able to stay on.
This is better than HBO. And now they're wearing the crosses. And then they're like, oh, let's go to church. And they voted on Barabbas. But now, you know, they wanted Barabbas. And now it's the same thing that just happened. People just could not believe. The world couldn't believe what's going on. But I tell you one thing. The people they get what they deserve. We, as humans, we get what we deserve. There's nowhere around that. There's nowhere around that. We get what we deserve. You get, I get, we get what we deserve. Do you believe that, James?
Robert, I stand on that word because the word I stand on in all this chaos is, hey, I am a kingdom follower. Hey, I've grown enough to know that religion was created by man, but God, that I believe in, created the heaven, then the earth, and gave Adam dominion. Jesus returned to return to Adam, to us, what had been lost. And lost is dominion. So, Rob, just like that stock market went up to its highest level during these times, hey, Rob, life has not been better during these times. during, during these times, Rob, all things work together for my good because I love God and I'm called according to His purpose. And
So
all I can do is be thankful. I'm gonna help. I'm gonna help as many as I can. But hey, Rob,
that's,
I refuse to have a bad day because I know I have a choice.
hey,
I
so that's
choose.
why, hey, so that's why you ain't worried because you know who you voted on.
Uh,
In other words, and Barabbas, listen, Barabbas or Jesus, you know you with Jesus. You know
hey, all the
you know
way.
you can't see it or whatever, but you just know. So that, in other words, this thing called fear. Remember what I said. We all get what we deserve. If you catching hell, you pretty much deserve to catch it. I don't want to say that, but it if you're going to be protected, you're going to be protected because of your beliefs and your actions and your thoughts. That's what it is. That's what it is. It is what it is. And nobody can't help you but yourself. So either you get born again and you change your thoughts and your beliefs, you either going to sink or survive. That's just the way it is, right, James? I mean, that's just like you froze, James, like you froze. But that's just the way it is. You know, I mean, I myself, I don't have any fear because I know who I belong to. I know who I believe in. My goal and what I'm here to do is to teach understanding. And I talk a lot in metaphors and parables when I'm talking about financial planning. The sermon today is I want to talk about this concept because it's still misunderstood. People still misunderstand this thing called the reverse mortgage. I like to refer to it now as the new reverse mortgage because a lot of changes have taken place. Not the old reverse mortgage that you might have heard of. And people, you know, hearing something and knowing something is a big difference. Hearing something and knowing something is different because you can hear something and it could be changed 1,000 times before it get to you. But knowing something, knowing the truth, that's different. So I'm not going to tell you what I heard. I'm going to tell you what I know, you know? Miss Vicker says, I'm with you on that, James. I'm walking and believing in Jesus. You got that right. You got that right. James, you back?
See, Rob, I told you.
every time we start talking like that, boy, we get interrupted, right?
Rob, that enemy is for real.
It's for real. Okay, so all right, so we ain't gonna talk about that.
Thank for sure. It can't win.
And you was fine too, man. You was fine. We heard you loud and clear. And as soon as we start talking like that, man, I tell you, we start talking that's how, you know, that biblical and religious stuff and beliefs and stuff like that. And then you breaking up a lot now. I don't know what's going on. You was in a good spot, James, and now I hear a lot of crackling and breaking it up, you know.
Okay, let me come back in. I'll try and come back in.
Okay, all right, okay, all right. That was James T. He's out in the country, man. He's trying to get to a good spot. But listen, today I want to talk about. Today I really do want to talk about understanding the new reverse mortgage. And you know, in order to get something, learn something, you got to be open minded. You can't go on what other people said, what you heard. And I just want to Let's have a conversation about it, because I want you to know this is a tactic, a technique that a lot of people other than you are using. There's a lot of people using this, and they are really enjoying life. It has distressed them. As a matter of fact, my mother, she died 2 years ago. Uh, she had a reverse mortgage, um, and we got it back in the year 2000. So she had it for 23 years, and then she passed, and then I own the house. I mean, so I owned it before my mother moved into that house, and then my mother moved into that house. I said, hell, why should I pay it off and I could just have her living in it? And then for 23 years, she didn't have to pay nothing. And then when she passed, they gave me a year to pay the mortgage off, which I did. And I own the property, you know. Um, so when you get involved with a reverse mortgage, it doesn't mean you're gonna lose your house. It's a technique, it's a strategy. I mean, people that frown upon the strategy of a reverse mortgage, those same people have credit cards. It's the same thing. I mean, you borrowing on a credit card, and you borrow 5,000, 10,000, 30,000, and you paying a little bit. I mean, you haven't paid that. I mean, it's the same concept. It's leverage. So if you got a house that is paid off, when you do a reverse mortgage, they don't come in and take your house. You still got the house. That as soon as you sign the paper, it just defers the next month. You don't have a monthly payment. That's all. And that month, that money that you normally will be paying on a mortgage, you keep it in your pocket. And then it's a good deal, because when you die, you can't take it with you. And while you're alive, you want to be as comfortable as you can. And then you worrying about the children, saying, well, you want to leave the house to the children. My mother, when she died, I took over the house. So I have the house. But for 23 years, I had to pay no monthly payment. My mama had to pay no monthly payment. When she retired, she had took all her retirement money and just had a good time. We on a cruise. I paid a cruise. I paid for everything when she went on cruises and dining and stuff like that. But that was so good for her, So I'm not trying to tell you all what I think. I'm telling you all what I believe. James, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. We're good.
You're perfect. Stay right there.
I changed locations, man. Since the enemy got over there, since they selected Barabbas, I figured I'd
Yeah,
leave that colony. Come to
that's
this
right, man. No, hey, don't talk about that. Don't talk about that no more. Hey, so James, today my sermon on the new reverse mortgage, and I was telling people my story, because there's so many people have a misconception of what the new reverse mortgage is. They don't understand it. You follow me? They
Go
don't.
ahead.
They don't understand it. And I was telling them how my mother, who died 2 years ago in 2023 at 85, she had an aneurysm, and she had a reverse mortgage. I lived in that house in the year, from 86 to 1986 to the year 2000. And then my mom, when she retired, I said, hey, Mom, you want to come in the gated community? And so when she came and she started living in the house, she loved it, gated community. She just loved it out in Miami Lakes. And then she got a reverse mortgage. I put the house in her name because I had bought another house, and for 23 years, she had no mortgage payment. And then when she died, she wasn't afraid about losing the house. The house went to me. And the reverse mortgage people gave me 1 year. I could have sold the house for a big profit. I said, I want to keep the house for my children, for real estate. So I kept it and I paid them off. I could have refinanced them or just paid them, cash, or just refinanced it. And then now the property is being rented out and I still have it, and it's in me and my wife's name. So the misunderstanding, when people who don't understand how money works, only thing I did was I used leverage. That's all. I used leverage. So rather than paying that mortgage, I took that money and put it into an investment that grew and made more money in 23 years than what I would have made just paying off the house at that time. So the way it works is, and there's so many
Barack,
people.
but Rob, don't run past that stop sign where you could have paid off the house, but there was another entity that you had in there. I'm assuming that would have given you that money to pay off the house. Am I correct?
Right, right,
Yeah, yeah,
exactly,
yeah. Right. Yeah. So even though it was a reverse mortgage, and you once she passed, it came to you, and then you having the funds could have paid it off. But I'm sure you had some other another policy set up that gave you the money that you didn't have to run and borrow or beg to if you chose to pay it off.
exactly.
And I think you need to. I think you need to let. We need to let the
Well,
audience know that those other the other things that you may have had that would have given you the finances to pay it.
yeah, well, it's like chess.
Insurance.
It's always insurance. It's always a strategy to use. And those of you all who are working hard and it's not your field, that's why it's very important for you to come to a place like the Henderson Financial Group so we can explain you the strategy. And it's always strategy. And most people who don't know the strategy is because they don't know it. It's not their field. They don't read. They don't understand it, and they haven't been tested or licensed. And that's all I do. And this is how the world works. There's people that know and there's people who don't know. Well, when it comes to financial planning and strategy, that's what I do. I cannot do the line dances. I can't dunk a basketball. You know, I can't. There's a lot of things I can't do. I never did an oil change. I don't know anything. You put the hood of a car. I'm not a handyman, but I do know money management and financial planning strategies. And if you know me, then you know it. You have to have a relationship with somebody who ain't gonna take your money and rip you off and start lying to you. Why? Because I believe I know what my job is, and I believe in the creator. I didn't create myself. And I know my job is to serve his people or her people, however you want to think. My job is to serve mankind. That's why I love what I do. And I don't feel like I have a job. I feel like this is my mission. So I'm not going to rip you off or lie to you or cheat you. I'm going to tell you the honest truth, because the more I help you, the more I get helped. And that's just the way it is. But you have gotta ask, seek, and knock. There's always a better way of doing things, ain't it, James?
It truly is, and the better way for you. It's like almost someone. I heard someone tell somebody, "Hey, I got this, medication. Wait a minute, that medication was prescribed for you, and don't be giving the medication that was prescribed for you, thinking that you're going to help someone else heal." That's why Mr. Henderson is saying, when you come and he does the MRI, when he comes and he knows what your risk tolerance is, you know, and he knows what your vision may be, because your vision may be to include other people, or you have you may have a family of 3 or 4, and your girlfriend has a family of 2, and the prescription that is given for her or for you is not necessarily the same. And I think so often, Rob, we make that kind of mistake. We heard about this and we said, "Oh, boom, that's good." No, no, no. It may be good, but is it good for you? So
Right.
when you give information, you know, and you're asking people to contact the company so that you can really prescribe what's best for them, because a lot of people, man, uh, even with money, a lot of people operate in fear.
Yes. Yes. People operate in fear. And when you're operating in fear, you're not with the Father. You just you like a leaf that just got broken off from the branch. And if a leaf is broken off from the branch, how is it gonna get nourishment? How?
Hey,
You're floating, you're flying, you're floating, you're blowing in the wind. And a lot of
uh,
people are just blowing in the wind.
You go.
because they're
I'm gonna
not
have,
connected.
you have to put a church under your name to CEO and and pastor of the Henderson
But
Junior.
but it's truth. I mean, everybody,
No question. I don't question, Rob. I agree, but
yeah. Because you know if you take a leaf and you pluck it from the branch, oh man, that leaf gonna wither up in a short time. I mean, it's gonna dry up. So you got to be connected to the branch for the nourishment. So you got to have a relationship. If you out here thinking, man, me, I'm gonna do it all by myself, man, just wait and see. You're gonna dry up and shrivel up. So a lot of y'all saying, why is this happening to me? Who do you belong to? Who are you
oh,
connected with? What's your relationship? You know what I mean? And let me tell you something. James and I, oh man, we have obstacles every day.
every day.
Every day. Things that we're trying to accomplish, just obstacles. But you know what? We don't bury our head in the sand because we know that the fix
There's
is
a
coming.
solution. There's a
It's coming.
solution.
We know it's coming. It might not be that same day, maybe tomorrow, next week, but I
Don't matter.
listen, don't matter. We know that it's coming. It always comes.
Always.
And we believe it's gonna come, and it always come.
Hey, Rob, and our demeanor, it fools a lot of people. 'Cause, you know, why aren't you? No. You don't understand. And Rob, when you face those situations, it works for better. And you say,
Yes.
whoa, oh my goodness. That now, because of the challenge, I just learned something that I did not see, or I just gained something that I had not prepared to gain. So truly, with the reverse mortgage, with proper leadership and guidance through the Henderson Financial Group, you now once you find and feel good about it, oh yeah, we encourage you to share. Tell someone else about not so much what you did, but how you got to where you are. Now we do a lot of that too, Rob. We have no problem sharing, telling people how we did this. You know,
Right.
if they're truly interested in, because a lot of people just want to know your business, but you
Right.
know, but people who are really serious about growing, who are really serious about learning. Because hey, Rob, as much as we know, we're smart enough to know that we don't know all there is to be known.
Right. So let's walk this through. So today's lesson, I want you, because time running out, and it's amazing that I see so many people that are living large and living their dreams and having leverage and using what they have to get more. Remember what I just said? Using what you have to get more. And it's a principle. If you good, you should supposed to try to get better. You don't supposed to stay with good. No. If you feel like you good and you just that's it, you're not moving according to the universal law. Anytime you good, your goal is to go to the next step. You got to get better. And then when you feel like you've gotten better, man, you still have that itch, man, because you're trying to get to your best. And you have to be able to look in the mirror and say, man, I really done my best. You know, you and a lot of people can't do that, you know. I mean, I was just talking to a lady and she was saying she got to help one of her friends died and help the son out. And her son is 32 years old with 2 children, and he just won't work. He won't want to work. He just want to get SNAP and get all the benefits. Ain't nothing wrong with him, you know. So he ain't good. He in her house and she can hardly get him out. You know, it's a lot of people like that. So you got to look in the mirror when you think that you are cheating the system and cheating somebody else. No, man, it's all about you. You cheating yourself. When you sitting and not trying to do and become all you could do and be, you're not full. If you're working on somebody's job and you're like, man, I got a job and I don't do nothing, and you hurting yourself. Time, man, you sitting here doing nothing. I mean, listen, if somebody paid me $10 million to sit in a chair and look at the wall, my job is to sit in the chair and they're gonna make $10 million a year. And my job, and they said, Rob, we're gonna pay you $10 million a year. You ain't got to talk to nobody. You ain't got to do nothing. All you gotta do is get a chair and face the wall all day for 8 hours. Now, if you got any sense, that $10 million, man, you're like, but you don't have a life. You're not helping nobody. You ain't serving. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. A lot of y'all would do it. A lot of y'all would do. Y'all give me that job. But I'm gonna tell you, every day you go and get that chair and look at that white wall.
They don't know the cost, Rob. It's gonna cost
boy,
them.
It's gonna cost you. I'm telling you, that's a trap. You have to be all you could be. So let's get to this reverse mortgage. So I can tell you how it is. A lot of people that don't look like me, they are, oh my God, they live in their dreams because they have a home. They have suspended the mortgage pay, monthly pay, and they still have the home. The home is still in their name. They still get homestead exemption. They can sell a house, have a party in the house, paint the house. Ain't nobody want your house. But you suspend the pay. So now you don't have to pay a mortgage. You got to do something with that money that you normally would be paying your mortgage. You're going to go party, make it rain, go out here and just eat yourself fat, unhealthy. What are you going to do that for? You want to take that money and now you want to make money with that money. That's how a lot of wealthy people who don't look like me, that's what they do. They got $1 million, $2 million, $3 million houses, and they take and they pull the money out of the walls with a reverse mortgage and they go and invest and make more money. Now they got 2 assets. That's how they do it. But your children and you don't understand. You think somebody wants your house. No, you got to be able to use what you have to get things, make it better. And you need to have counseling. So we do this new reverse mortgage. We do it at the Henderson Financial Group. Why? Because we feel like we want people to get know more about this. Now, you can't just go call on telephone to Tom, Dick, and Harry because I don't know them and you don't know them either. But you should have a relationship with me, the Henderson Financial Group, and I'm going to educate you and show you and walk you through. But one thing, you cannot get to the promised land if you got fear. If you have fear, man, don't even call me. I can't even deal with fear. Because I've been doing this for 40 years. And I never knew exactly how I was going to eat, how much money I was going to make, and how I was going to live. I just believe. I'm like the birds and the bees. The creator said, hey, you're going to eat, boy. You're going to eat. If you keep doing right, you're going to eat more. Right, James?
There's always more, Rob. There's always more. But there's always more for us to learn and more for us to do. Because even if you learn and you don't execute and exercise that you learn, what's wrong with what's good about having knowledge, Rob, and not using it? What's great about having a gift and not using it? And so truly.
And people suffer, James. You know what I mean? People, man, don't even know what they have at home. Don't even know what they have in their hand. And look at Miss Lily Mae.
I was one of them, Rob. I was one of them.
You born again. You was one of them, right? You didn't know.
I didn't know.
The way you was taught, the way you were looking at things, right? You got to look at it differently.
Hey, my thing, Rob. Oh, I ain't got no mortgage. But then some brother. Hey, like you said, that brother with them glasses came in my house and told me I had money in the walls. That was,
doing nothing with it.
That was it. That was 1980 or somewhere around there. Yeah. So, Rob, how do you really feel when someone comes, you share with them, and then they still say, "No, I don't want to do that."
Well, yeah, that happens. But you know what? First, I used to feel bad, and I used to feel bad about it. But then I say, "Who are you, Robert, to feel bad?" This dude named who they chose Barabbas. This dude named Jesus, according to the story, he John the Baptist, all of them. They say, "Hey, man, I'm telling y'all which way to go," and they go, "Nah, I ain't with that. I don't want to hear that." So when I tell someone the truth,
when you tell them, and
I show them, and they say no, I don't feel bad no more because I know that they are not connected. They can't
Right.
see.
And you did what you were supposed to do.
And I did what I was supposed to do. In other words, there are three type of people: those that see when they're told, and those who will never see. So when I tell someone, okay, if you do it this way, this is what you can do and you can benefit, and they go, nah, I'm not doing it, I move on, because right then I know I got a blind person, and I can't give a blind person sight. And no sense in me talking my full head off. I can't make a person see. The only person that can make a person see is spiritually God. So if you ain't chosen to see, I can't make you see. I move on. Oh, you know, that's like me picking berries. If I'm picking berries and I come across a rotten berry, I can't sit there and rot berry. Why are you rotten? I gotta move on. Go to the next berry. And that's really how I do it. Those who see, I can help. But if you can't see, I'm not getting ready to call you and beg you. You can't see. And I recognize that. And I understand it. Like I just said, if I'm out here picking fruit, picking berries, and I come across a rotten berry, I ain't gonna sit there and waste time on that rotten berry. Woo, rotten berry. Okay, next. Hey, I got a good one. That's what I do. And that's how I view people. So Miss Lily Mae says, do I have to spend the money in the United States? No, you don't. You can take the money out of them walls and go to the casino if you want to. You can do whatever you want to. You can go put it all on the lottery. You can do whatever you want to do. You can do whatever you want to do. And the thing about it, once you get the money and you do go and spend it and buy cars and silly stuff that's going to depreciate, you don't have to pay back the money until you dead. Now, is that a good deal? That's a good deal. That's a good deal. You have to pay it back until you dead. Now, James, how much are you gonna worry about when you dead? I just want to know. Tell me how much time are you gonna spend worrying when you dead? Just tell me, James. I want to hear that.
Well, since I've never experienced that, Rob, and since I don't plan on dying, hey, only my body gonna die. I live forever, Doc. I can't. Hey, Rob, I came from someplace, and I'm going someplace. I just don't know where the next. I don't know where I'm traveling next. But hey, I had a guy walk up to me in the restaurant yesterday, day before, and he said, "Don't I know you from someplace?" Oh man, here we go again. I said, I don't know. He said, "Well, where are you from?" And I grabbed his hand. I said, "I'm from heaven. I just landed here."
Yo, you told him that you just landed here.
Everybody in the restaurant. There was nothing more he could say. I said,
you might walk away and say, "This is a crazy man."
I love it.
I'm gonna use that one, James. I'm gonna use that one.
Rob, we're from heaven.
Yeah.
We just got dropped off here on earth because God wanted to expand his territory. I mean, and I truly believe that. So, I mean, and if anybody wants to say, James, you crazy? Okay, I'm crazy, but no problem. I'm good, but I'm happy crazy. I'm happy crazy. And I'm busy crazy. Aren't we, Robert? Busy.
Busy, crazy. We don't fear obstacles, things that we're working on, and all of a sudden they say it won't work or whatever. Oh, okay, well, let's go another way. And we do it all the time, man. That's just that's just a part of life. That's the part of the fight. Give up. We win a good fight, man. I mean, and things come up, but there's always a solution. I'm telling you, and the Creator always moved that big old block out of your way. It always send a helper. Always, we don't know how it's gonna come, when it's gonna come, but all of a sudden, bam, here's a new plan, here's a way to get around that big stone, that big rock. So you have to believe. So now the new reverse mortgage, we do it right here at the Henderson Financial Group. Tavares is an expert in it, Tavares. And we will counsel you. And the thing about it is, it doesn't cost you a dime out of your pocket. It's a government program. And like I said, man, I see so many people that don't look like me, and they pulling money out. They got $1 million house, $500,000 house, $3 million house, and then you can actually pull the money out, don't make any monthly payments, invest that money however you want to invest that money and make it grow and have two assets. And then you can always come back and say, okay, here, I done doubled my money. I pulled the money out of the walls. In 10 years, I done doubled the money. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna get off this reverse mortgage, give y'all, pay the mortgage off, and then keep more money. Now you got two assets. That's working smart. That's really trying to be all you could be. And your goal is to be all you can be. But see, the rich people, the wealthy people, they don't feel sorry for you because it's not that you don't know, it's that you ain't trying to know. That's the thing. Because I said there's three type of people on the planet. Those who know, just can't, they born, they knowing. Those who know when they're told, and those who just will never know. See, when I'm telling you and you won't do anything, I can't help you because you just will never know. And I'm telling you, there's a better way, but you have to call 305 825 1444. 305 825 1444. And we will do a illustration, a proposal, and tell you exactly how it can work and how it can work best for you. And if it works best for you, which we know probably it will, you're going to see how lighter you feel, how much less stress you have. And then if you're worried about leaving the house to the kids or whatever, we got a plan for that. We don't just do something without a plan. It's a plan. Just like my mother. My mother had a reverse mortgage. When she passed, then it came to me. And I have it. Now I'm renting the property out. My mother-in-law, my wife's mother, Natalie, she just passed back in August. She had a reverse mortgage. And now, we got a year to say what we're going to do. We're going to either rent it out, we're going to refinance it, we're going to pay it out. Come on, we got strategy. We got a whole year. So we got options, but it's good options. And it's good strategy and it's good planning. And you want to be in that position too. You got to use what you have. A lot of y'all praying, Lord, why is happening to me? Because you don't believe and you're not educated. But like I said, you don't have to study and know it. You do what you do. You call a helper. I'm a helper. The Henderson Finance Group, we're helpers. We're financial helpers. And we'll break it down to you like a 6-year-old. Won't we, James? Tell them.
Hey, no question. No question. I'm living proof of that. And hey, hey, Rob, I'm still getting leaves from trees that was planted in the ADs. I'm not a rapper, but hey, in the 70s, even in the
Yeah.
70s. Hey,
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, but you just, someone had to tell me, started with a grandparent, then a wonderful aunt, man. Hey,
And you listen, James. You listen.
Rob, yes, sir. Oh, yeah, Rob. No, hey, Rob, I didn't just listen. I acted on what they said, you know. And, well, I mean, come on. And as you always say, good action plus time gonna bring you great returns.
Yeah, man. It's good. Now, the reason why I like that new reverse mortgage because now you can pull equity out of your home. You don't need no job. Can you say you don't need no job? They ain't gonna ask you how you gonna pay it back. You don't need no job. We had one lady that came in, she needed some money. She was down to nothing, house paid off. She said she wanted to refinance. I said, what you gonna refinance? And now you got to pay a mortgage. And if you don't pay the mortgage, then they can foreclose. Why don't you just get the money? There's another section. You can get the money free. Yeah, in other words, we can get the money without paying no mortgage. And then you pay it back when you're dead. And then if you worry about leaving it to your loved ones, we put insurance on you. So when you die, the insurance will pay off the house.
That's that key. That's why I told you earlier, because I know I probably missed your first beginning of the analogy, but hey, having that policy that
Yes.
covers, and you're creating legacy for your
That's
family.
right.
Well, and hopefully, Rob, don't when adults or people listening to us, when you make these moves, share it with your kids. So and try to make them understand. Even if you say, "Oh, they're not going to listen," they're not going. Hey, you say it, because I know, man. I quote my grandmother, my aunts, my uncles, my father. Hey, people. I was talking with a friend recently, and they said, "Wow, isn't it something that we didn't know what they were saying when they said it?" And now, and now here we are quoting what they said in relations to what we may be, quote unquote, dealing with or being thankful for.
Yeah. It's amazing because a lot of people say whatever you say or whatever they hear me say, they say they're going to go to the computer and they're going to Google it.
Oh,
Now,
AI, perplexity.
yeah, oh yeah. Now, now it's amazing how if any of us went to Google and asked Google, is eating pork good for you? And Google probably gonna say, hell no. And they still gonna go and eat some pork chop and some bacon. So people choose what they want to. You follow me? If you Google if red meat is good for you, and it's gonna tell you no. You think all of a sudden the people that's the steakhouse is gonna be out of business because people Googled that? No, people say I ain't care. I still want me a steak. You follow me? But then you tell them, you say, hey, Google reverse mortgage, and something come up, well, reverse mortgage, it costs a lot, so on, so on, so. And let me tell you something. When you do a reverse mortgage, let's say they're gonna give you $300,000. Your house worth $500,000, and they say, okay, you got a mortgage of $200,000. But we'll reverse mortgage and wipe out the mortgage so you don't have to pay no monthly payments on that $200,000. And they're gonna give you, let's say they're gonna give you another $200,000 put in your pocket. And if you Google that, it'll say, well, it's gonna cost you $20,000. And people go, oh hell no, I ain't gonna do that. But it ain't $20,000. It ain't $20,000 out of your pocket. To do it, the government gonna charge you $20,000, but it's not out of your pocket. And they still gonna give you $200,000. They go, oh, I gotta spend. You ain't got $20,000. So how you gonna? So they ain't taking it from you, and the people go, oh man, they're gonna take my house. Oh man. If you Google or you put in AI, should I eat this pork chop? Watch what it tell you. Or should I eat this bacon? Watch what it tell you. And you still eating the bacon. You still eat it. Should I eat this pork? You still eating it. Come on, man. I mean, one time they was telling us how healthy milk was for you. Then you Google and milk will kill you. You know what I mean? I mean, come on, man. If you all into the trenches and all that, man, I mean, you gotta come to someone who knows and someone who actually done it and doing it. You can't just rely on other people. You just cannot.
It's somebody who cares. Somebody who cares. Rob, that's the other part. We care. Hey man, come on. Man, if I'm gonna be here, like you said, that job, that $10 million job, sitting in a chair looking at a white wall or a wall, whatever it is, and people would go for that. So I'd do that 8 hours a day.
People, they'll line up to do it. People will line up to get paid to do nothing.
And then all of a sudden they find all kinds of illness, both mental and physical.
James, if you put out right now, this job is hiring you to do nothing, and we're gonna pay you $200,000 a year. You know how many people line up? The line to be across the country. It'd be 100 million people in line.
Hey Rob, some people that job that they on now, they be
paid for. Yeah,
to do nothing.
People brag about they on a job right now and they don't do nothing.
Man, I don't know nothing.
Something. I remember, James. I was 23 years old, and I was working at. No, I was 21, and I was working at CBS Channel 4, downtown Miami, and they was paying me $15 an hour back then, and I'm 67. They was paying me that kind of money. And we just do 2 news shows. And the rest of the time, we just sitting in the studio laughing, drinking tea or coffee, whatever, taking a stroll. And it was like, it was doing nothing. James, it was about to run me crazy. First, it was okay. I was like, hey, man, I'll do nothing. But then I started saying, hold on, I'm 21 years old. I want to be wealthy. If I stay here doing nothing, they paying me $15 an hour, I'm wasting time.
Value of time and money.
Yeah.
Value.
Hey, can you believe that? I was 21. I say, hold on. And then they're gonna give me a 3% raise. I say, I'm doing nothing. I already know if I'm making $15 an hour and they're gonna give me a 3% raise every year, and I'm just gonna sit here and do nothing, do 2 news shows, do the graphics. And I said, what about my time? So I started, while I was sitting there in the lounge after we wasn't doing nothing, we were just waiting for the next show to come on. I started studying real estate. I started studying investment stocks and bonds. You see that? Because I was saying, okay, I got to do more. So if you sitting on the job talking about, man, I ain't doing nothing, I'm hiding, I just sit down, I don't do nothing. You sitting in a little booth, all you do is just stamp people's stuff and you ain't doing nothing. Man, between stamping people's stuff, you're supposed to be reading, learning something, learning something new that you can be making more money, because it's your life. It's your life, your time. And the people still want to get a job, but they don't do nothing. But you should be trying to use your time to do something so you can control your financial destiny. Does that make any sense?
Get ready. Henderson Financial Group. What's that number, Rob?
305-825-1444. 305-825-1444. You can go to our website at www.hendersonfinancialgroup.com. hendersonfinancialgroup.com. You can call us. We can set up a Zoom. You're getting ready to retire. If you want us to help you with your portfolio, one lady sent me her portfolio and said it ain't been growing. And I said, well, since the year 2000, you had it in a fixed guaranteed government earning 1.5%. So that means you've been losing money, because if you ain't making 3% a year on your money, you going behind, because the world and the costs and things and stuff that you need every year goes up at least 3%. And if you're only making your dollar, that's like you got a stamp you bought that cost 10 cents, and you just holding on your stamp, and you ain't used that stamp. And that done been 20 years, and you want to mail a letter that same 10. No, it costs $74, 74 cents or something for the stamp right now. It's gonna cost $74 in a little while. You keep on waiting there. You keep waiting. That's called inflation. That's why your money not keeping up with the times. And a lot of people don't understand that, because they haven't taught us how money works. And not only haven't taught us, you haven't went nowhere so you can learn. That's why I tell you to have a relationship with somebody who do know. And don't be afraid, because fear is not of the Father. If you're afraid, then I can't help you.
We out of time.
Right, then? We out of time?
Hey, you're right. You're out of time.
We need prayer, man.
Well, Rob, thank you so much. I enjoyed the show today.
You enjoyed it.
Yeah. Hey,
long we don't talk about that devil. Long we don't talk about that devil about Roberts.
But anyway, Father God, Lord Jesus, Holy Spirit, we thank you. We thank you for this right now moment, and for those who are tuned in, those who will tune in. We ask that you would touch their hearts and their minds, so that they would be willing to take a step of faith in finding their purpose, and then in operating in that giftedness to reach out to Henderson Financial Group, so that they may get direction and to study on their own, oh God, so that they will be able to not just do better for themselves, but be able to do better so that we can all help others. So that will hopefully please you, dear God. And yes, increasing that influence of the kingdom culture on this earth, and understanding the message and the mandate of Jesus Christ. It's in his name that we pray. Amen. Amen. Amen.
And I want to say that because I don't want anyone to misunderstand me or have misunderstood me, because I could be misunderstood. When I use the story about Barabbas and Jesus, let me tell you something, what I truly believe. I believe everything that happened is for our good. I truly believe, as a matter of fact, I know that what is happening now, even the administration that's in office right now, I truly with all my heart believe that it's for our good. Now, I know that just shocked a lot of y'all.
Oh no, Rob, it's an awakening.
That's right. I'm going to tell you all. The administration that's in the White House right now is truly for our good. It really is. Those what you hear, things that you see. it's truly an awakening. It really is for our good, because you have got to think, you have got to do, you have got to take action.
Amen.
And anytime anything comes along that makes you think, that makes you do, that makes you take action, is good. I want to say it again, man. I don't want y'all to misunderstand me. See, I want to say it again. See, a lot of y'all moping and y'all sad and y'all going to get y'all guns and rifles and y'all just mean, your attitude mean, mad, but you really shouldn't be. It really is a time for awakened people. It's really a time to see. It's really, if you say that they are cutting back, or you got fired, or you lost your job, if you are a leaf that's connected to the branch, you're gonna be okay.
All right. You're gonna be all right.
You're gonna be okay. And I'm telling you now, if you are a leaf that's not connected to the branch, you will see yourself who you are. You will see yourself who you are. And there's never anybody to blame but yourself. You are who you are. We all get what we deserve. Now I'm telling you.
Don't hurt him, Rob. Don't hurt him.
The truth hurts, James.
Don't hurt him. Don't hurt him. Don't hurt him. But we're here to help. But the Henderson Financial Group is here to help you.
That's right.
If you haven't gotten started, he'll help you get started. If you
That's
got
right.
started, he'll help you to do better. And on the road to being your best.
All I want to say, thank God for this administration.
Hey, Rob, because we as we say, we knew who they were before they ever showed who they were. But
Oh,
when
yeah.
they show you who they are, when they show you who they are, oh man, come on. That's for another show. That's for another.
Hey, James, I got married. And I said when I was 20, well, I think 2021, first time I got married, I said I ain't never getting married again. And I said, okay, I married the girl with my butt, right? had me in the fetal position. And I said, Lord, give me one more chance, right? I said, man, this girl is the devil. That girl is the devil. Give me one more chance. And I divorced her, right? We got divorced. And then I married Natalie. We've been together 41 years. Isn't that something? Now, what I thought was bad turned out to be good, because my first experience with that administration, that situation
was a lesson to be learned.
Helped me to have a greater one now. Oh man, it gave me a boy. Oh my goodness, it was a blessing, and that's what I'm telling you right now. Hey, you get fired or so and so that snap, whatever. You got to get up, man, and pull your blanket up. You got to do it, man. I tell you, James, you got a story too, man. I know you. And James, you say you ain't coming back. Ain't going back to that.
Stop.
All
hey,
right.
you guys have a great day.
Love you. Not James said it. I said it. All right. Talk to y'all later. Peace. All right. We got to go, man. We got to go. Have a great weekend.